Yo, what's up, people? How you doing? This is Seth here, spiritual and business consultant, and we're gonna see who's online right now. We're gonna see who's online right now. So this is live. This is live. This is live. This is live. So I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait till some people get on here. All right, man. Yo, we talked about a lot of things on my channel. We talked about a lot of things on my channel, man. Um, Shoo. There are some bad spirits out here. There are some bad spirits out here, man. There's some bad spirits out here. So anyway, let's start this off a little bit. Let's start this off a little bit. So let's do a quick recap. We know, people on my channel know that whatever's going on is made by Christians. Whatever's going on, whatever attack is going on right now, it's made by Christians. They all work for God. They are all working for God. I am not lost. I am not a person that was lost. I am not a person that didn't used to believe, that never believed in it. I'm a person that used to believe in it, soul and cold heartedly. I used to believe in all that cold heartedly. All these little minions that you see around you doing weird shit, they're all people that believe in God. And they're working for God. And they're doing this for God. Illuminati doing it for God. All those little gremlins, whether they know it or not, they're doing it for God. All this was planned years ago, thousands of years ago. All this was planned. The Vatican are the ones that are portraying all of this movement. They're the one financing all of these movements. They're the ones financing all these movements. The Illuminati infiltrated the Vatican years ago. They infiltrated officially the Vatican 20 years ago. The Illuminati was capable of hitting popes that lived inside of the Vatican. That's a true historical fact. That is a true historical fact. They control people in the Vatican. They are capable of bypassing laws or implementing subjects in people's reality with the strength of the church. With the strength of the church, they are capable of reverberating all of their thought processes, right? They're reverberating all their processes to the masses. I'm waiting to get more people on here. If you are somebody from my channel, please let me know. If it's your first time joining, you don't have to say anything. But if you're already subscribed, let me know that I have some subscribers listening. Just let me know if I have subscribers listening. So, like I said, the quick recap, we already know that. We already know that. So, what is this targeted individual movement? A lot of people called it the Karma Project. The Illuminati calls it the Karma Project. They're trying to re educate people. They're trying to re educate people. They're not re educating shit because I know more about living life than any of these people do. I'm not a bum. I'm not a scum bag. I'm not a bum either. Sorry, give me a second here. I'm not a bum either. So don't tell me that you're trying to teach me how to do something I already know. So what is the Karma Project? The Karma Project, it's the re-education. It's the re-education of your belief in God. You're reinforcing your belief in God. Why do you think, have you ever tried praying while you were assailed by demons? Yes, you have. Of course, you have. But how many times, be honest with yourself, how many times did the demon taunted you into praying, which is something that was very new to me the first time it happened. And then that's where I started figuring out that something is very suspicious about this, right? Demons will taunt you to pray to God. They will be happy to see you get on your knees. Why is that? Why is that a thing? How can that be? Maybe they're not demons. Maybe they're Santa's little helpers. Maybe maybe there's something very messed up going on, right? Maybe there's something very messed up going on because I don't know why a demon would want you to pray. I don't think they enjoy the prayers. I don't enjoy the prayers. So you can't tell me that a demon wants you to pray to God. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. So this karma project, going back to real life, this karma project that they call, some people call it targeted individual. This is the program that the targeted individual is inducted into, which is called the Karma Project. Why do they call it the Karma Project? Because they want to make you believe that because of something you did in your past life, that or in your present life, that you are paying for it, which is a complete bowl of lies. I have seen many bad people do many bad things and have never suffered any of this targeted individual shit. No, the people that are attacked by this targeted individual thing are people that already believe in God. Why is that? Why is that? How come God doesn't do anything if you believe in him? And why would he let somebody torture you in your whole life because you believe in him? Why what kind of nonsense does that make? Absolutely zero sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. It makes no sense at all. So this karma project that is basically to re-educate you. Why would they call it a karma project? Why would they call it a karma project? It's to re-educate you. Re-educate you into what? They want to make you a better person. You already know how to live. Why would they need? And if they know everything, they already know that you know how to live. They already know that you know how to live. So why would they need to teach you to do something you already know how to do? So what's the real purpose of the karma project? There's something, karma is divine, by the way. The word karma is a divination word. I don't even, it's not even English. It's Sanskrit Tibetan. It's Tibetan. It's Hindu. It's not even English. Karma is a divine word. And karma means it has something to do with reincarnation. I didn't make Biden. He's not my president. He's not my president. He's not my president. Donald Trump is my president. Even though he believes in God, he's still my dude. He's a cool guy. I love Donald Trump. I don't like Joe Biden. Joe Biden he's slow. he's draconian, and he's not it, and that falls into this whole karma project thing, man, because Biden's obviously Illuminati, man. Like, and the worst part is they couldn't even find somebody better than Joe Biden to fight against Donald Trump. So that just goes to show you that these guys are not really, they're winging it, man. They're winging it. They're trying their best, but it didn't pan out. I mean, if people had more of a backbone, that whole Joe Biden process would have flunked, bro. It would have flunked, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not well, first of all, the shine from the sun is too hardcore, so you wouldn't even see my face if I opened the blinds, bro. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. Thank you for the comment. That was a pretty funny one, actually. Um, and anyway, I can catch your EMFs anyway, man. I can catch your EMFs anyway. The window has nothing to do with it. There's no walls that can stop my electromagnetic field. There's no walls that can stop me from picking up electromagnetic fields either. So don't even worry about it. There's no I can influence reality through my electromagnetic field, so I'm not really worried. What do you think of our new model of black SUVs? Uh, I haven't seen any black SUVs. I only see white cars. White or red cars. That's all I see. I don't really see black SUVs. And I've been wondering, why do these guys don't pick a black SUVs? Because that white car shit is fucking with my eyesight. And that's another thing too. These guys, you think that these cars are just rolling around you because of some like intimidation factor. It's actually science. It's actually worse than that. It's actually science, man. Like, they're not even trying to intimidate you. They're trying to change your perception of reality. They're sending polarized light through your eyesight. Polarized light is actually not good for your eyes. So what they're doing is they're trying to ruin your eyesight by sending flashes of the sun reflection in your eyes, because you're not supposed to have that. So you got to wear your sunglasses, man, even at night. Why do your taxes go to fund your black SUVs? I don't see, like I said, I don't see black SUVs. I see white cars all the time. White vans, white cars. I saw a black and white car once, but I'm not really surrounded by black SUVs. I don't see black SUVs that much. It's not really a thing. Me, it's the white cars. I only see white cars, white vans, white not minivans, but small compact trucks, like half a truck. I see those a lot. I see vans a lot. A lot of my neighbors have white cars. A lot of my neighbors have white cars. You know, yeah, man. That's basically it. But most of these people, they don't even know that video you put out yesterday about Magneto Brains increase your bounty by 150K. One of us are going to make a lot of money off of you. Well, Gangstalker for Hire California. Well, what can I say, man? You already do. Those guys already do a lot of money. They already do a lot of money on me, man. Because y'all dudes, like, those guys, like, give little cards, here and there. To give little gift cards here and there, and just for watching me. So guys, they watch me, and then they go out the counter to collect their food, and then they go home. So they already do a lot of money on me, man. Come on now. How much money did you make on my head this year, man? How much money did you do on my head this year, bro? So, like I said, like polarized light. Polarized light is very dangerous. Thank you for checking out my video, by the way. Thank you know shit, man. Anyway, the polarized light thing. The entire purpose of the program is to test a wide taxonomy of technologies on a readily available panel of subjects according to the BAA0505HE. The stalking is just to discredit when you talk. Well, you got that off of the what's it called again? The dark web. I've checked those. I've checked those out. I've checked a couple plans of those things out. And yes, it is possible. But like I said on the Magneto Brain, I think the Magneto Brain video, like I said, um, those EMFs that they're using that they could potentially use to read your thoughts or send um words to your mind, they're very low frequency, so it's not that hard to counter, like it can easily be countered. It's so easy to counter that it's almost not possible for this to happen. You know what I mean? But of course we do have a lot of satellites. We have like what about 8,000 8,000 satellites that's in the sky, that's in space right now, all over the planet. So that's a lot of fucking satellites, man. And some of them are not even in use. So, because once you put something up there, you can't really go back and get it. I mean, like, well, you can, but it takes a little bit of time. Did you enjoy your 8 year as the first African American POTUS? How is Michelle doing? The African American POTUS. Well, first of all, that was a ploy. That was to shake everybody off of, what Nostradamus said about having the first black president. Because I believe that the first black president either lost his chance or he's still around the corner somewhere, And Barack Saddam Hussein Obama was basically a Manchurian candidate. He was a Manchurian candidate, man. Like there's no, I mean, the guy had no power. The first day he came into. Let me tell you something, man. There's no black guy that would have been like, oh, we're gonna go to war for America and things like that. There's no way with the amount of change that people were waiting for, because even white people was ready to vote for him because they didn't want another year of war with Iraq. And the first thing that everybody forgot, and the first thing he did when he got the power was to say, "Yo, man, we're still gonna fight in Iraq. We're not gonna remove the soldiers," and that was BS because the only reason why they was there is for the oil, like everybody knows already. You know what I mean? Like there's no, Iraqians aren't actually killing each other like that, bro. Like, come on, man, that's crazy. Do you want to map the behavioral reaction to the psychological reaction to the psychological reaction to direct energy assault if you are in a direct energy testing program? Well, shit. Like I said, man, polarized light is one of the. There's many tactics of these. This shadow government is using over these witches. This witches covenant, and also it's not just EMFs and things like that. Your neighbors are actually jealous of you. Like a lot of people, like I talked about this in my last video. Like your neighbors are actually jealous of you, man. Like they'll do that shit for free, bro. Like you think it's just your neighbors are jealous of you. If you got a nice looking TV in your house and you inviting somebody to the house, but that person knows somebody in the neighborhood, best believe that people is gonna talk about the TV you got in your house. They're gonna hate on you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, look at him with he has a big TV in his house. He thinks he's all that." Like people do that regularly, like just for fun. You know what I mean, bro? Like just because they ain't got nothing to talk about today, they'll do that shit, man. People are just like that, bro. The other programs that are including DARPA, Subnet, TN3, NR3, RAM, Repair, Keystone, and other. Yeah. I know. Look out your window. I'm across the street in SUV. Can I get a shout out? Well, you can get the hell out of in front of my car, and I'll give you a shout out anyway. How about that? So, Juan Pablo Galan. Okay, why y'all talking like this, bro? Like, Like is somebody like making fun of you or something? Because I don't like a lot of people think I make fun of targeted. I don't make fun of targeted individuals, man. Like the thing that I don't understand with the targeted individual community is if all of you guys are the same, right? You're incredible and smart people, right? That have special gifts. Why aren't you working together to build something? Like you could draw a comic. It doesn't have to be something hardcore like a freaking 401k portfolio or a list like a lead list for investment and shit. Like it doesn't have to be hardcore like that. If you're capable of doing something like that, that's fine. But it doesn't have to be hardcore like that. It could be like a comic book. I mean, like if you're a creative person, you can draw up a comic book with another targeted individual, to do some cool ass stories and shit. But I don't see y'all do that. So sometimes I come off like I'm making fun of them, but I'm not making fun of them. I just don't understand why aren't we or they aren't working together. Like that's all I'm saying, man. It is not because targets have special gifts. They need to perfect offensive and defensive capabilities on the military, and target are just randomly used to test subjects. Dude, don't you get it? We're all gang stalkers in this chat. We're monitoring your live stream to gather information on you. Okay, well, get the fuck out then. I don't know. Like you trying to trigger me or something like that, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, um because the thing is, I'm not scared of gang stalkers, man. You can't do shit to me. You can't touch me. You can't fight. Shit, most of you can't even fight. So you couldn't fight to save your life. You're weak like a paper bag. Like a wet paper bag. So I don't care. The only thing a gang stalker is capable of doing is riding around in his car. That's the only thing I see gang stalkers do. Sometimes they try to make up, street theater. They do street theater, but that shit just makes me laugh, bro. Like you're pathetic. You know what I mean? Like you're you're funny to me, bro. You're a funny dude. To me, you're funny, bro. Like I understand some people might not find it funny, but I think you're funny, bro. My user even has Gangstar in it. I'm gonna cook this guy tonight at 100 gigahertz. Man, you can, man. If I was you, I'd shut the fuck up with that shit, man. Because I will destroy you, my dude. Like I will, you know what I mean, bro? Like I will completely obliterate you. One of the goal is to make you react so they can perform a regression analysis on what makes people act out. I don't know, but I don't know about all that shit. All I know is some of you guys are Christians, and you have a Christian, you want to make people believe in God, and you want people to believe in God because you want total control. Like they want total control, they want total power, right? The Illuminati wants total power, they want total control. So they're just and God has always been the number one source of this power. Look at the Inquisition. The Inquisition was about God. A bunch of fucking Spaniards became Christians and started using that as an excuse to take territory. It's the same thing today. Nothing's changed. It's been happening forever. The Crusade, the Inquisition, the search for the Holy Grail, which led to the Inquisition, all kinds of shit, man. It's always been about the Bible. It's always been about the Bible. The Bible is the number one reason why people want why some of these guys stay in power, because they always use God as an excuse. Just like right now, they're using God as an excuse. They stay in power because most people don't even care about all that nonsense. They don't even care about all that nonsense. They don't care about God. Mostly it's like these guys, like you guys in my chat room, you might care about God a little bit, but if God asked you, literally asked you to do that, you probably wouldn't do it. But what's making you do it is the money that you're receiving from another guy that actually does believe in this whole God movement or this whole Bible movement. So it's kind of crazy. All right. Okay. Okay, these guys are like drunk. So bye bye. and bye-bye. Federal agency name: Air Force Research Laboratory. Broader agency announcement title: Research in support of direct energy bioeffect division. Okay, but let's get on to the real things here, man. Because we're facing a spiritual battle here. It's not just, some supposed pseudo technology, bro. We're facing a spiritual battle, man. This ain't just, technology. You think it's technology, but it's not. It's like it might be there might be some form of tracking going on, but it's easy to track people when your whole neighborhood is against you. All you have to do is ask. This guy said he hacked my router. Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. What the fuck is this? What is he saying? Anyway, so yeah, that was weird. I hate when trolls come into my channel and shit like that, bro. Like, this is bullshit. Conduct laboratory research in optical electromagnetic. Okay. So, anyways, oh my god, what did I do? Okay, hold up, because this handler dude is freaking annoying. Yo, but you really have nothing to do with your life, bro, to be like trying to troll like that on people's fucking shit, man. Like, what you got? What you got? You got a problem with people that are schizophrenic? Or you like what? You're annoyed because your little sister's indigo or your little brother's indigo, and you're like pissed off because he's special and you're not, and you're trying to vent your rage or something. I mean, like, what the fuck? Well, I did block him, so he can't really answer. But I'm just wondering, like, what's up with these guys? Like, why are you being so mean, man? Because these people, like, I'm one of these people. So I'm not gonna say like these people, but I'm one of these people. But like, it's not easy, man. Yeah, I know, right? Gang trolling, yeah, whatever. Like, it's not easy, man. It's not cool, bro. You might be offended. Ah, shut the fuck up, dude. What the fuck? Go away. Anyway, I don't care. I can only block him temporarily. He's not a gang stalker. He's just fucking butthurt because he probably knows somebody special in his family, and it's he finds it annoying and shit. And I already admitted my crimes on my channel. If you want to know all the things I did, just go check out some of my videos. I'm quite proud of my crimes, actually. These trolls don't even understand targeting to troll proper property. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Um, you know, um, Jennifer Burns. That's weird. That's weird. That's a fake name. They didn't understand the script. Nah, it's not that they don't understand the script. It's the guy. He's not very spiritual, and he probably knows somebody in his family that's a bit more spiritual. And the person, like this person in his family, keeps saying like divine shit, and he respects it. He respects the divine shit that the person is saying, but you know but it's kind of annoying for some reason because targeted people have a hard life. So sometimes other people might give them some semblance of solace, right? So it's like he's special, so he's gonna get more food type of thing, right? So this guy's probably living that in his house or living that with one of his friends or something, and he's peed off. But since he can't take it out on him because it's not his fault, he goes on other people's channel and take it out on them instead. You see, that's the thing I know about psychology too. I'm not a moron. Investigate molecular, pathological, and psychological changes resulting from exposure to electromagnetic fields. Whatever, man. It's like I said, bro. It's not just because you can change your electromagnetic field. You can change your electromagnetic field. You can resonate at a higher level when you're alert mode. That's why sometimes somebody tries to keep you alert, but you can change your electromagnetic field. You can change the pulsation of your electromagnetic field. Meditation is very good to do that. Meditation will change your electromagnetic field, which it will change where you're concentrated at, because the more you concentrate on something, the more energy you give to it. Whatever you perceive persist. So if you just sit there and talk about targeted individual, and you just want to talk about targeted individual, and you feel like you're attracting gang stalkers, it's because all your attention and all your own personal strength is directed toward those things. You see, the thing is you can hack people's um synapses. That's why we have, like, they do research with robot arms where the person has like little electro plugs connected everywhere in his head, and he can control the robot. That's not just for the little robot hand. That has a lot of implication. That means you can hack somebody's synapses. You can actually tap into somebody's synapses, right? And the synapses are very important because those are the electrical signals that are creating your electromagnetic field. So you have to understand, whatever you think about is actually affecting your electromagnetic field, bro. It's kind of crazy shit. Human testing should not commence until approval from the Air Force has been obtained, blah, blah, blah. The contractor shall maintain in U.S. security clearance up to a maximum of top security. That's the FEMA camps, man. Chief Handler, your supervisor. Oh my God. What? Fucking Chief Handler, bro. Like, I haven't seen that guy in ages, man. This guy, that's all he does is troll people, man. Like, what the fuck? You can't take out a targeted individual. That's impossible. If you actually did take out a targeted individual, you'd get fired on the spot. You'd probably get killed after, actually, or before. Because the thing is, one of the things that's going on is it's not us that's being tested, it's everybody else. Everybody else is being tested. It's not us being tested. It's like what's it called? It's a little trick. There's a doctor that did a test to find out how people react in social activity, right? With mouses. And the mouses, like, he would put the mouses in different little boxes to see how they react and shit. And at the end, the funny part is, how this whole um you know how this old LGBTQ community is taking over, mainstream media, with Lil Nas X and things like that. Yeah, with Mises and and all that, right? Everybody turning gay, right? Like that's what's kind of going on right now. Well, the Mises, right, did the same thing. The Mises ended up being gay. Like they indulge in homosexual activity from the because of all of the disturbance that the doctor caused in the little fake mini micromanaged world that he built for them for the mices. Thank you, by the way. uh for the mice, really? It's not mices. Mice for the mice. Yeah, I guess you're right. So yeah, they made they conducted that little experiment like in the 70s. So, and basically it's repeating itself right now. So they put off a bunch of people with like they had like the mice. I was gonna say mices. The mice, right? Actually, they built themselves a little, community, and there were prostitutes. There was prostitute mice, and there were freaking, you know, uh, bully mice and gangs of mice. There was rich mice, and there was poor mice, right? Because the food would go in certain areas. So in certain areas where there would be more food or less food, there'd be guards. There would be guards, and in other areas where there was food enough for some people, they would be considered the rich, and the exterior mice would try to find a way to live either with the rich or live with the and so it's crazy, and at the end it went all haywire and everybody turned gay. And that's basically what's going on right now. you know um so the LGBTQ community has definitely helped out a lot with that, because dudes right now are not trying to be men. They're trying to be gay, because being gay gets you paid. So basically, this is what's going on. These people are being used. Everybody is being used, and unfortunately, for somebody like you that is more inclined to have common sense or critical thinking, they can only use you to fool everybody else, which means they just want to see how many people are going to click up against you, and how many people that are going to rally or listen to a plan that makes absolutely no sense, and see what's going on, see how people react. Like this whole social life that we're living is a social experiment, built by the government. The government knows exactly what's going on with the world. They made this shit happen. Human effectiveness analysis and integration to develop an understanding of the bioeffect associated with exposing humans to counter personal non-lethal weapon is essential. Effect associated with exposing human kind. Yeah, but it's not just about money. Money is just part of the social experiment. It doesn't have anything to do with money. They don't care to spend to get this shit on the road, bro. Because the thing about human consciousness is that it's not completely under control. There are individuals like me that will never be brainwashed. Like they are not susceptible to hypnosis. They are not susceptible to brainwashing. They're not susceptible to anything of that matter. They're not susceptible to these things. I was reading the TL statement, the TL comment. They're not susceptible to these kind of things. So people like that, it's not us that they're researching, because we're normal. That's, you're not supposed to be like brainwashed, right? So what they're doing is, of course, people like me are interesting, obviously, but still, you're not supposed to be brainwashed. So that's not a surprise. What's a surprise is all of the people that let themselves be brainwashed and let themselves fall into a plan that makes absolutely no sense, just because there's a little bit of money or there's an incentive at the end, like a cheese, like a piece of cheese at the end of the road, right? Just like a mouse would go eat a piece of cheese. If you put it somewhere, right, it's going to go into the trap. It's going to go right into the trap, and it's going to get its head chopped off, right? And this is what's happening with society right now. They're going right for the trap, and they get their head chopped off. No offense to celebrities out here, no offense, because it's not a cool thing getting killed just because you made a movie, but it's kind of the same thing, right? Like you work hard, you go, you're a waiter in California, and you try to get into a movie. You get into the movie, you want to do more movies because that's what you like to do, but the only way to do that is to go into the mousetrap to get the cheese. So that's what everybody else does, and that's what gang stalkers do. They want the cheese because they've been promised the cheese, so they're gonna go right into the freaking trap. You know what I mean? The only thing is, I'm the trap. And that's what these people don't understand. Like, that's what most people don't understand. That's why your neighbors don't understand. That's what your family don't understand. They fell into a mouse trap. This whole goddamn city, everywhere where there's a metropolitan, right? Anywhere, any metropole is a mouse trap. America is not the greatest country in the world. America is not the smartest country in the world. America doesn't even top, it's not even top 10. It's not even top 10. I think it's 47 out of all the countries in the world, bro. 40 fucking 7. In Canada is like 6 or 8 or something in the world, right? So Canadians are actually smarter than Americans. You know what I mean, bro? So it's easy to trap so many people. And the thing is, Canada might have some logic skill, but they don't have the cleverness and the charisma and the personality that America has. So Canadians just end up copying Americans. So everybody falls into the fucking trap. Everybody falls into the trap. The only place that didn't fall for this mouse trap is Muslim countries. Muslim countries do not want to have anything to do with this mousetrap game that America is playing. They even stated that if any of these guys come around in their country to start playing that game, some heads are gonna roll. They don't want to know anything about that shit. It's unnatural. And it is unnatural. It doesn't make any sense. They want you to talk about stalking since it sounds ridiculous. Once you have a diagnosis, you are fair game for their experiment, and you will not sound credible. Best not acknowledge stalking. They will play many different narratives on this, but it's all trickery and deception. Of course. Yeah, but these people, they're stuck, bro. Like, it's all a game. It's all a game. It's they're stuck. Like, you're not trapped. It's, well, it seems that you're trapped, right? But the one that they're actually the ones, they what they really want to know, yeah, it's a distraction. Yes, it is. Definitely 100%. But what they really want to know is the reaction of the masses, because who they want to control is the masses. It's not the individual. Of course they have to control the individual because the individual has enough power to free people's minds, just like in the Matrix, just like Neo in the Matrix. Neo is capable of freeing thousands of minds. Well, in the movie, he's not capable of doing that. But a spiritual person, it is said in the Buddhist belief that the light from a spiritual illuminated person is capable of lighting up 10,000 light bulbs in the entire city. 10,000 people in the entire city, bro. That's how much light. If you're enlightened, that's how much people you could literally open their mind, right? You could literally one enlightened people per 10,000. So imagine if you had like 1,000, like you'd have like a way more. You'd have, imagine if you had 10,000, you'd have a million, right? You have close to a million. I mean, it is what it is. So of course they have to control you in some shape or form, but you're not the end all tell all of this game. You're not the you're not the main attraction. You're a big attraction, but being capable of controlling everyone at the same time, which they are doing, which is working, is the main goal. The only thing is you're kind of a disruption into that goal. And it's not even your disruption into that goal because they kind of want to test out their own theories by fucking with you. Because you could have been a person that just mind his own business, went to work and, drink a beer and then die, right? But they're not doing that. The reason why they're not doing that is because you're smart enough for all this shit. Period. I am in the process of getting those very news agency in America. Maybe one will do story on it. They are good. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of documents already out there. I don't know if you guys watch more video of targeted individual and things like that, but a lot of people are airing out something needs to happen. A lot of people are airing out. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening. I mean, don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. I do a lot of things spiritually and physically on this platform. Not YouTube. I'm talking about like the TI thing, bro. It is bad, but nah, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die, bro. Like this thing that's going on, they take more hits than you think. They take more hits than you think. It's like my spiritual power, my mind is a weapon. You know what I mean? And when I say something, it comes into reality. And the thing is, I've spent so much time dealing in the dark, being in the darkness, that I can evoke dark things to happen. And I'm telling you, like sometimes you hear the news, somebody gets shot, and you start crying. You're like, oh, somebody got shot. You know what I mean? But the thing you don't know is what you don't know in the news is that person got shot because he was messing around with the wrong person. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is they get hit pretty hard. Like people like me are capable of hitting them pretty fucking hard. It's just they don't know each other, they're not friends. So even though you hit them hard, they're still in denial. Like they don't care because the guy that you just hit, they don't care about that guy either. They're not friends. So that's why they're capable of being so relentless, because they have this kind of, I don't know if you guys are spiritual. I don't think you guys are spiritual from how the way you're talking. I don't think you guys are spiritual. But for a spiritual person that's into this world, this indigo thing, this star seed thing, people like us are capable of doing things that other people, normal people, can't do. And when you hit a spiritual person like that, you best believe that it's going to come back to you, or that person is capable of also defending themselves. So they get hit pretty hard, but you still feel like they're relentless. You still feel like, yo, I just, broke a damn wall with my fist here, and this guy is still coming at me, man. Like, mm, you're a Christian. Oh my God. That's what your problem is. That's what your problem is, because Christianity, they're Christians too. You think they don't believe in God? These people work for God too, man. There's no such thing as God. I'm God. What you need to do is check some of my videos to understand what's going on. Because we already have people in Congress. We have people everywhere. We have their angels of saying, nah, there's no nah. They're no, they're not. We have, let me finish something first. We have people everywhere. We have people in movies. We have people in Congress. We have people in the police. We have people in gangs. We have people everywhere. They have people everywhere. We have people everywhere. We are fighting a battle on both ends. All right. And we have people from every walk of life. The indigo spirit, the star seed, have people in every walk of life. Or if you prefer, I have people in every walk of life. I have gangsters, I have cops, I have politicians, I have bureaucrats, I have all of these people. I have the same people they have. And they are just as powerful and just as better than these people. All right. So I'm not worried about that shit. You know what I mean? Um, I'm worried about more about myself, because my spirit, my spirituality is what enables me to stay connected with all these people, you know, and that's what you need to learn. If you really want to do something, that's what you need to learn. And that whole God thing, trust me, you're dealing with Christianity. You're not dealing with Satan. All right, this is the Catholic Church that's paying for all of this. All right, it's the Catholic Church that's being that's put. The Catholic Church is the Illuminati. The Catholic Church is the Illuminati. What do you think the Illuminati is? Did you know that most churches have Masonic attendants in them? Most churches, more than most churches. Most churches have Masonic attendants in them. Come on. You really think the Illuminati, also the Illuminati controls everything else but not Christianity? Come on. Give me a break, man. That's crazy nonsense. Yeah, what is God if he's not a church? Tell me. What is God if he's not a church? Do you know what God is? Because you seem to know what God is the way you're telling me that, I know what God is, but I just want to hear you say it. And you're not listening. I said the Illuminati is the Catholic Church. I didn't say God. I didn't say Illuminati is God, even though they are. Yes, I have. I did make a big bet against, Jesus Christ. The thing is, yesterday, I was watching the other day. I was watching this movie about werewolves. What's the name of it? Underworld. I was watching Underworld, man. Is it just me or the werewolf looks a lot like Jesus? I mean, the regular picture of we see like the white Jesus, he looks a lot like Jesus. He looks a lot like Jesus. I was watching it not too long ago. Yesterday, I wasn't watching it yesterday. I was watching it not too long ago, and I feel like the guy, he looked like Jesus. The werewolf looked a lot like Jesus, man. Like, it was kind of weird. It was sus. It was sus. Anyway, but like I said, the Catholic Church is the Illuminati, man. Like the Illuminati is God. The Illuminati is God, bro. Like there's no, the Illuminati is God. They control everything. The representation of God is the Holy Trinity. It's a triangle. It's a triangle. The representation of God, the Son, the Father, and the Spirit is a triangle. The Illuminati, the Illuminati's main sign is a triangle. All right. You want to know the other day I made a video and I was saying, do you know what is, and I'm asking you the question, do you know what the first sign for Christianity was before the cross? Do you know? Tell me, do you know what is the sign that Christian used before the cross? That's all I'm asking. Do you know? What was the sign they used? Because the cross was only 3,000 years ago. It was only 3,000 years ago. God's been around a long time. You know, Moses was 1,000 years before. And Noah was at least 6,000 before. The fish, it wasn't the fish. That's after. Jesus Christ made the fish. It's not the fish. The fish represents Jesus Christ. The cross represents Jesus Christ. The fish represents Jesus Christ. So, okay, I'll tell you. The sign that Christianity had before the cross was a rainbow. Look it up. Look it up if you don't believe me. It was a rainbow. What is the Illuminati always uses? Who are they affiliated with? The LGBTQ community that they are using so much. They're using so much of them. They're using so much of the LGBTQ community to change people's perception, to change movie roles, to change guys into women, to enact more social justice and social change, making bathrooms available for men and women. That's all LGBTQ. And what is their symbol? A rainbow. It's a damn rainbow. So the sign, the true depiction of God is a triangle, the Holy Trinity. A trinity is a triangle. It's basically what the word Trinity means. It means triangle, right? So you got one. And then what? The real sign, which is the first sign for Christianity, was a rainbow. The Illuminati uses what? A rainbow. Oh, well, that's a coincidence. I don't think so, mister, ma'am, Mrs. I don't think it's a coincidence at all. It's not a coincidence at all. The Catholic Church, they infiltrated the Catholic Church before you guys came into the thing. Before you guys came into the thing. I already told you. They using the Catholic Church. The Illuminati is the Catholic Church, man. Like, you think the Pope Francis is a good guy? Come on. Jean Paul wasn't a good guy. Pope Francis isn't a good guy. These guys have their hands in all sorts of corruption. They have their hands in all sorts of corruption, from the Soros, from the George Soros to the Bush family, to the Al Qaeda, ISIS, all those people. The Catholic Church has a word in all those things. The only people they don't control, more or less, is Muslims. More or less. And ISIS, we already know what that's about. So come on, man. Give me a break. So this Karma Project, going back to what I was saying in the beginning, this Karma Project is a project based off making you believe in God more. They want to create the perfect God believer. They want you to believe in God more. They want you to be a perfect God person. Because the people attacking you, they already believe in God. Like they really fucking believe in it, man. They're blinded. They're blinded by God, bro. Like they believe that shit. So that's why they call it the Karma Project, because they think that they're making you better. They think that they're making you that they're teaching you something. They think they're teaching you something. The only thing that doesn't make sense is I'm the one teaching. I'm not the one learning. I don't have anything to learn. I'm the one teaching. Don't say nothing. I know the mice thing. Shut up. But I'm the one teaching. I'm not the one learning, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. The Karma Project. That's what they call it. That's the real name. All these names that you were spewing out earlier, talking about the do's and all that, it's called the Karma Project. They have another name for it too. They have another name for it too. It's not just Karma Project. They have another name along those lines of Karma Project. So they're testing those people they're testing your neighborhood, because we're all in the same rat trap. We're all in the same rat trap. The only thing is they're trying to find out if people are actually going to listen to the one that has common sense, or they're just gonna go crazy and just put their necks in the rat trap and get bit and lose their necks. And guess what? Most people, they're almost losing their necks. Almost losing their necks. And I'm saying almost, that's actually optimistic. It's an optimistic way of saying that people are actually like not going 100% off the deep end. They're not 100% off the deep end. Because like I told you before, I got people everywhere. I got people everywhere. I got people in the government. I got celebrities. I got everything, because I'm a real Mason. I'm a real Mason. I'm not a fake Mason. I'm not a Trinity Mason. I'm a real Mason. I'm a human Mason. I'm a humanity Mason, right? So I have brothers everywhere. When you're a spiritual person, it's like being a Mason. You got people everywhere. You're everywhere at the same time. But the thing is, you have to keep your energy level up, and you have to remember who you are and not let go of who you are. Because if you let go of who you are, then you lose connection with all of your other brothers. I got people in sports too. I got people in sports. I got people everywhere. Yeah, no, I don't do that level, kind of Mason. I'm a real life Mason. You believe in God, right? You believe in God, right? Well, the real Masonry came from the Bible. The real Masonry, if you understand the Bible, the real Masonry comes from the Bible. Every man is your brother. Every man is your brother. Every child is your sons and daughter, right? Why is that? Because we're all interconnected. Now you can go look to the left. You can look to the left, right? You can look to the left, and see something over there that might interest you. And you go over there to see what's going on. But what you really don't understand is that if you stayed with the other people, you would have understand more things. You would have understood more things. Because most people, like the Illuminati, is a perverted version of Masonry. The Illuminati is a perverted version of Masonry. I'm not saying whatever is in those Freemason lodges ain't the truth, because I'm pretty sure they accumulated a bunch of books and a bunch of knowledge during the years, and they're probably still doing so. I don't know. But the thing is, the concept that they have for their masonry is the same concept that God has, well, that the Bible had for the entirety of humanity, right? So that's why some people feel like having knowledge of masonry is a bad thing, but it's not, because knowledge of masonry is knowledge of the self, is knowledge of yourself, it's knowledge of your inner self, right? So if you go somewhere else to learn something that you're already supposed to know, that's not my fault. But it kind of becomes my responsibility, kind of, to bring you back. I don't have to bring you back. I don't have to bring you back, but it kind of becomes my responsibility to do so, right? So what, you become like Neo, you become the one. So now what you do all day is try to wake up people. And I would not suggest doing so, not anymore, because right now it's a spiritual war and the sides are already chosen. So the only thing you can do now is fight. Because ain't nobody trying to listen. Nobody's trying to listen. No one cares. No one cares about the knowledge that you're capable. Like, no one really wants their mind to be open. What they want, what people want, is practical things that can be used in everyday life. But they don't want to lose the things that they have right now, because shit is getting critical, right? Shit is getting critical. So people they're not in a position to be like, oh, well, I don't mind losing a couple riches, or I don't mind losing this, I don't mind losing that. People mind losing shit right now. So trying to wake up, walking around trying to wake up people are not going to be receptive to it. They're not going to be receptive to it. They're not going to care, because they don't want to run out of toilet paper once the bomb drops. They don't want to run out of canned corn once everything goes to shit. You know what I mean? They ain't trying to hear all that. But in actuality, that's still what you got to do a little bit. It's still what you got to do a little bit. Because all this doesn't have to happen. Whether it happens or not, I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it didn't need to happen. If it does happen, it didn't need to happen. The reason why is because other people taught that the Illuminati and the shadow government and the government and the Christianity and the Catholicism and Christianity was all the rave. They thought that shit was real. All that shit was fake. You didn't need, since the beginning of time, you didn't need any of those things. Since the beginning of time, you didn't need any of the things. You want to know why? Because all of the rules to live life comfortably are written in your DNA. It's already written. It was written. It wasn't written in the sky. It wasn't written in the book. It's written inside of you. It's written in your bones, in your bone structure. It is written. What was he talking about? He was talking about DNA. He was talking about writing a book. He was talking about your DNA. It is written. And he wasn't talking about anything, because the person that wrote the Bible is a human. It wasn't God. God didn't write the Bible. It's somebody else wrote the Bible. Somebody else wrote the Bible based on what he taught an angel told him. Supposedly an angel told him to write every word as he said it. Come on. Really? How long did it take the guy to write the Bible? Like, he took a couple months. So the person, so the angel came and see him every day, come on, please, give me a break. No, a bunch of smart philosophers, a bunch of smart philosophers decided to write a book that would keep the masses under control. Because without that book, to be quite honest, there would still be a lot of slaves, and this would look like Mad Max. This would look like Waterworld without that Bible. Or maybe not. Maybe not. You want to know what's for sure? Is that the time of the men of old wouldn't have finished there. It wouldn't have finished with the flood. It would have continued on. It would have continued on because people are waking up right now, and people are waking up right now with incredible skills. People are waking up right now with incredible mental skills, bro. Incredible mental skills that 10 or 20 years, 10, okay, 15 years ago, if you were, maybe they are explaining what you are not paying attention to. No, I'm paying attention. It's not me that's not paying attention. I know everything. I know everything, man. I don't know what am I not paying attention to? They're not explaining shit. They're not explaining shit. You already know this. You already know this. It's because you're not aware. Like science, mathematics, not the Bible. The Bible is against science and mathematics. If it was for the Bible, if you listen to the Bible word for word, you're not supposed to draw a picture. You're not supposed to use mathematics. You're not supposed to dance. You're not supposed to make music. Every art that exists, you're not supposed to do it. And the reason why I don't believe in that God Satan thing, like I always say, like I am Lucifer, by the way, pleased to meet you. Lucifer is responsible for all those sciences, right? Lucifer is responsible for music. He's responsible for science. He's responsible for psychology. He's responsible for modern medicine, for drawing, for art, visual art. He's responsible for all these wicked things that men do. That's God that said we're not supposed to learn all these things, that we're not supposed to do all these things, not supposed to write with our left hand for some reason. Although, if you're capable of practicing your left hemisphere, if you're the left, by writing, by being ambidextrous, the left hemisphere of your brain will be more developed because it's a muscle like everything else. So the synapses, most of us that are right-handed, like I am, but I'm trying to be ambidextrous, but I'm right-handed. I'm naturally right-handed, but I can do things with my left hand, but still, it's still a bit weak. It doesn't matter. Yes, of course, everybody's left hand is weaker, but that's not the real deal. What you don't understand is not just your left hand that is weaker. The reason why your left hand is weaker is because the synapses in your left hemisphere is not as active and as potent as the synapses in your right hemisphere, because they always told you not to use both hands. Why don't they want you to use both hands? So you can stay on a weak level. So you cannot be a man of old. So you cannot be a Nephilim. So you can't not be two men at the same time. A demon. A demon. A diamond. A diamond. A demon. Diamond. Demon. Diamond. Demon. Diamond. Hold up. Y'all gonna make me lose my damn mind up in here, man. Demons do not exist. Oh, yes, they do. You're looking at the king of demons right now. I'm trolling you, man. You're looking at the king of demons right now, man. I'm the king of demons. I'm the king of demons. A diamond. King of diamond. You're not a diamond? What are you if you're not a diamond? You think you're an angel? Do you know what an angel is? Looks like you and me. A demon look like you and me, man. A demon look like you and me. It looks exactly the same thing. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. A demon, look, Hermetic principle from the Kabbalistic tree. The Kabbalistic, not the what? Kabbalistic tree. Hermetic principle from the Kabbalah. In the Kabbalah, it is taught to you that you have a feminine and masculine aspect. Whether you're a man or woman, you still have both sides. The Illuminati call it the duality. They're always obsessed with duality. I don't know why. Well, they're obsessed with duality because they're trying to make men into women, literally. And in the Kabbalah, which is not a book made for you to become a girl if you're a guy, and a guy if you're a girl. This is just a principle that makes absolutely all the sense in the world, because you have the sun and the moon, the fiery energy of the sun, and the soft light energy of the moon, right? The feminine and the masculine, the rough and the soft, right? Polarity, hot and cold, right? um Water and fire, right? um so yeah, you have two polarities. You also have, are you ready for this? Because this are you ready? Are you ready? You also have the angelic side, and you have a demonic side, right? So a demon looks exactly like you and me look. Somebody that's completely demonized, right? That has no duality, that has no pole, like he only lives on one pole and one pole alone, a psychopath, right? Like um, a sociopath or a psychopath, right? Those people live on one spectrum of the world. They don't live in two spectrums. Psychopath, as intelligent as a sociopath can be, he's still living in a two-dimensional world. He's still living in a two-dimensional world. He only sees one aspect and he only understands one aspect. He is incapable of understanding the other polarity that's already within him. It's just maybe he did too much, or whatever. He's a sociopath, so he doesn't care, right? So you can't live without you can't live without one or the other. You always have an angelic side and you always have a demonic side, all of the time. So some people are like some people are like okay, well, we have well, there's demons and blah blah, people are possessed. They're possessed because they're more connected to their demon side, right? I would call it their angelic side. you know People act like that with you because they're connected to their angelic side. They're not connected to their demon side. Not everyone is not connected to their demonic side. What people are really connected to is their angelic side. They think that they're demons, but angels are just as strong as demons are, and they're just as curious, you know so in the tendencies or the acts that they have, in the tendencies or the act that they have, you would think that they would not commit bad acts, right? Or acts of violence and things like that. But that's only what's been told to us. We don't understand what an angel is, man. An angel is an entity pure of light, right? What does that mean? How can you be pure of light? If you're pure of light, sorry, brothers, I don't mean to offend you, but I'm gonna have to. If you're pure light, you're unbalanced. If you're pure of light, you are unbalanced. So an angel is very capable of harming someone. Very capable. They're neurotic. They have a one-track mind. And they're just as curious as everybody else is. So when you're connected to your angel, when you're a full angel per se, let's say you're full of light, a drop of darkness is enough to make you lose your shit. One drop of darkness. The thing is, your demonic side cannot live without the light. The demonic side can't live without the light. Of course, you can say the same thing about a demon. The demon is too neurotic, doesn't want to learn anything, doesn't care. But I'm afraid to tell you that's not true. A diamond. It's a diamond. Demon. So I see you guys didn't like that though. I know you guys don't like that. I know you guys don't like that. I know you guys don't like it. But it's the truth. A demon looks exactly like you and me, bro. You would never know. There's no, they don't have like big fangs and things like that, bro. Like, nah, man. Like if you actually ever talked to the devil is a charming individual. The devil is a gentleman wanderer. He's a charming individual. He's not angry. He's not, he's not gonna talk to you like a savage, right? He's gonna talk to you like a very educated person, which he is, because he is of all science. He's the king of science. Music was his favorite subject, right? God doesn't like music. God doesn't like music. God only wants to hear people. If you're gonna do music, you better just talk about him, because he doesn't want to hear that shit. He doesn't want to hear anything else. All he wants to do is hear you talk about him. The narcissistic, egomaniacal dictator. That's what God is. And Satan got rejected and thrown to hell just because he didn't want to listen. He created a whole universe called a hellscape just because he didn't want to listen. I'm not going to do that. I already did that. And I got burned on a cross for it. I got burned on a cross for believing in Jesus Christ. The same shit that happened to Jesus happened to me. It's happening to you too. If you're a targeted individual, if you feel people are gang stalking you and people are talking shit about you, your family is betraying you, your friends are betraying you, you are officially Jesus Christ. No, he didn't. He died for no reason. Jesus Christ died for no reason. You want to know something? Let me tell you something. Jesus Christ, he died in the Roman Empire. I don't remember where, right? Pontius Pilate was the one that ordered Jesus Christ to be hung from a freaking crucifix with two other thieves, Peter and whatever the fuck his name is, right? No offense. I'm sure he's a good guy. I just don't remember his name. Um, and then the weird part is, right? Like Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him. So Jesus took time out of his night to go see Judas and tell him it's okay. I know you're going to betray me, right? But let me hold up. Wait a minute. That's all fine and dandy here. But why did he actually need to die? He knew he was going to die. Why didn't he make sure that he didn't die? Because not too far away, a couple of kilometers, a couple of miles away, 100, about 200 miles away, there's this little place called Egypt, right? At the time that Jesus died, what's his name? Not Akhenaton, but what's his? Is it Akhenaton? No, Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was pharaoh in Egypt. Tutankhamun had his time where he was a little bit out there, but he wasn't that bad of a pharaoh. And when he learned that Jesus, wait a minute, let me finish. When he learned that Jesus got hung on a cross, you know what he did? Do you know what Tutankhamun did, the Sphinx? You know what he did? He changed the religion of the Egyptian people to Christianity. So you mean to tell me he died for my sins when he could have just asked a very powerful leader to give him some solace or to assist him? Because Tutankhamun could have protected him. He didn't have to die. He could have kept teaching, and he could have kept teaching in Egypt. He didn't die for my sins. Because if he had died for my sins, that would mean that everybody didn't care about him. It's not true. People did not care about Jesus. That's not true. People cared about him. There was this guy, there was this guard, there was this Roman guard, right, that loved Jesus the time he spent in Jerusalem. I think it was in Jerusalem, I'm not sure, but the time he spent over there, he loved Jesus. Every time somebody would come around and try to mess with him, he would tell him, hey, leave me alone, leave him alone. Even his own guards, he would tell his own guards to back away. And he loved all the things that Jesus said. He didn't understand what kind of person Jesus was. He was infatuated with him, but he was very loyal to the Roman army. So he had to, take a stance. But anytime he could protect them, he did. It will be a horrible awakening for when you are away from your body. If you perish like this, make the right choice for yourself. Blah blah blah. There has been some anointing sacrifice for a sin. God is holy and perfect. It demands acceptable blood, which was that's insanity. That's insanity. I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry, dude or lady. I don't know. That's insanity. You're brainwashed. You're completely brainwashed. You look. First of all, we don't even know if Jesus actually existed. I think he did, right? But it's not quite sure. I mean, turning bread into wine, doing all kinds of magic tricks. It's kind of intense, right? It's a bit much. But the thing is, what you don't understand, I already made the right choice. Don't worry about it. Um, what you don't understand is the Bible story makes absolutely no sense. I just told you, like, how can you die for the sin of a people that was actually willing to stop sinning? The Pharaoh of Egypt, the most powerful person on the planet at that time, was willing to listen to Jesus. How can you die for my sins if I'm willing not to sin? In order for you to die for my sin, I would have to be neglecting you and rejecting your ideas and absolutely be intolerant to whatever you're telling me. That if you died while I was thinking like that, and I still am thinking like that even after you die, then you died for my sins. But if you have people that are willing and able to help you, and you telling me that you died for me, you didn't die for me. You died for no reason. Because I would have listened to you. I would have listened to you. I would have done everything you told me. So you can't tell me you died for my sins. What sins? All have sinned and have fallen short of the glory of God. It's necessary you are in grave sin with your apostate belief. That's nonsense. That's crazy. First of all, I'm not an apostate. I'm not very religious. I'm not a religious person. I'm a fallen angel. I'm a fallen angel. I'm not a. I don't believe in those beliefs. I don't believe in that religion shit, man. Like it makes no sense, bro. Like it doesn't add up, bro. Like how can you believe in look, dude, like God is a concept, right? Like I said the other day, right? Like I said in my last video, I did a video yesterday explaining why God is the one and only God. Can you tell me without watching my video why God is the one and only God? Can you tell me that? Take your time. Can you tell me why he's the one and only God? You're gonna see why it makes sense later. Just your idea. I'm not gonna judge. I have my own thing. He just is. You see, that's crazy. You see, he just is. Come on. How can he just is? There's a reason. Have you ever thought of the reason? Have you ever looked into the reason? Have you ever tried researching or make sense of why that is? Please tell me yes. Just make me happy. Just say yes. He's the creator of all. Okay. He's the creator of all. All right. Okay. So there's before God, before God was part of popular culture 16,000 years ago, before he was popular culture, right? Even after, there's 1,000 gods, right? The Mayans believe in the gods of grass, the gods of divertisement, the gods of the god of pleasure, nature, the sky, the sun, the moon, blah blah blah. Asians believe in the same thing. Pleasure, god of pleasure, god of the moon, god of the sun, blah blah blah. Greeks, same thing. A bunch of gods, right? Now, mind you, God never said that all these gods didn't exist, right? He said, I am one above all. You shall not pray to any other except me, right? So he didn't say they didn't exist. He just said, you can't talk about the others. I don't know. Whatever. I think I saw it, but I would have to break that down on another video to be quite honest. Um the thing is, because there's something about Jesus Christ that has something to do with your consciousness, man. When you believe in Jesus Christ, when you really believe in Jesus Christ and you start walking the line that Jesus Christ walked in, you're going to live the same exact life. Jesus Christ is a curse. It's a curse. It's made to curse you. You're cursing yourself by if you just pray and you don't try to do the same thing Jesus Christ did, you're fine. But if you actually believe in it, you're going to turn into Jesus Christ, and you're going to turn into a targeted individual. Anyway, so God said, don't pray to any other gods except me. Fine. Okay. But you're telling me all the other gods exist. So I wasn't crazy about, praying to these gods. Fair enough, right? Only problem with that is how come all the gods just let the guy do whatever he wants? Like nobody protested, no one said nothing. Nobody had any problem with that at all. Nah, I think somebody had a problem with it, but that was not in a conversation that was made before men. That was in a conversation made in another dimension, made in another parallel world that's different of our own, where these things are capable of walking and interacting with each other, right? A world that we cannot see, obviously. And that world, for some of us, not everybody, for some of us, might be the unconscious world or the world of the conscience, right? Because in actuality, what's going on is God is us. God is humanity. Humanity isn't good. I mean, there's some good in it, but it's not that great. And that not greatness is God. So the reason why the gods can't just take out the one that they call God is because he is us. So if they want to kill God, if they are capable of killing anything, which I don't think they can unless their hands are forced by an exterior motive like witchcraft or things of that manner, they would have to eradicate the entirety of humanity. Not one child could be alive. Nothing could be alive. Everything has to die. And that is the only reason why God is the one above all other gods, because he's us. We're God. All of us. At the same time, we are God. If we were God, we could stop targeting and do anything. We are extremely limited and fragile beings. We are hanging by a shoestring over death at any moment. God can just cut the cord, time limited. No, he can't. you know, and yes, we can actually. We don't have, nobody has to do all of this nonsense. But the thing you don't understand is that the Illuminati knows all of the shit that I just said. They planned for it. The government, the people in power, the people corrupted and in power created this religion. They created Christianity in order to control God, in order to create God, in order to make God have its own thought processes. Because we molded God into what he is today. If he's a maniacal, sadistic, crazy dude, we made him into a maniacal, crazy, sadistic dude because of our own belief system and the energy that we impose into him. He is us and we are him. Our global consciousness, our interconnectedness, our brain capacity, our conscious thoughts that go into the airwaves, just like those special satellite weapons that they're using to catch our thoughts in the air, is the same kind of energy that goes into creating this God construct. So that's why you're capable of seeing miracles. It's actually the mind, it's actually the power of everybody's mind that's acting. It's the power of everyone's mind that acting, bro. The only thing is you can detach yourself from that God. You can be your own God. You can be your own person. Well, you could be your own person. You could be your own God if you wanted to, but it's quite difficult to do because we have been indoctrinated into thinking this Christianity thing as being the one and only solace. We cannot give up this thing because it's the only thing that we know and it's the only thing that gives us hope and purpose. Not everybody has the confidence and the hope and purpose to believe in themselves and create their own God and their own creation, their own universe. You can create your own dimension if you want to. And of course, yes, there's humans stopping you from doing things. Of course, there is. Of course, there is. Of course. But that's neither here or there. Just because people are trying to stop you from doing something, that doesn't mean you can't do it. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, man. There are 100 billion people that are now dead. Most are in the hell for unbelief. It is, that's an assumption, man. You're assuming something. You're assuming something. You can't go to hell if you don't regret your past sins. If you forgive yourself, you can't go in hell. Hell is a place in your mind. Hell is a place in your mind where you have guilt. If you regret something that you did, or you feel bad for doing something, or you create this poltergeist that blows in out of proportion and actually becomes a different dimension that you get yourself stuck in. And most of the time, this dimension is self-created because you believe in God, because you fear God, because you think somebody is going to strike you down and you're going to go to hell if you believe in yourself, if you have your own beliefs, if you have your own. Do you need someone why do you need to pray to someone if you already have moral values and principles? What's the point? What's the purpose? God has to forgive, and only believe in Christ can achieve this. He is the only source of forgiveness. What's the purpose? If you have principles and you have morals, what's the point? If you have conviction, morals, and principle, why do you need God? What does he bring to you? What does he bring you? What does he bring to the table? What does he bring to the table that you don't already have? What does he bring to the table that you don't already have? Absolutely nothing. God is a creation made from men. It is not a real entity. It's an AI robot. It's an artificial intelligence. It's an extraterrestrial. It's an alien. It's outside of human bounds. It's not real. Have you ever lied, cheated, fornicated, hated, or anything else? Many times. If you have no you before, God's not perfect. God is the complete opposite of perfect. He cannot be perfect because he is you. You or God, bro. Like, yeah, look, things cannot come into existence if humanity does not let it come to existence. God is not a real entity because the only reason why he's here is because of us. He can't live without us. He is us. We are him. We are both at the same time. The chicken came before the egg. Well, you already messed it up. It's too late. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to explain. We already messed up the concept of God. The thing you don't understand is, if these corrupted officials, these corrupted people haven't had the bright idea to try to control the masses to create this beautiful land called America and other beautiful civilizations all over the world, there wouldn't be this specific God. Maybe God would be different, or maybe we wouldn't have believed in God at all, and we would all be our own personal God. It would mean we would all have our own personal garden. We would all have our personal Garden of Eden. Why? Because we believe in our own creations. We would create with our own hands. We would not have to wait for somebody to tend us a hand, right? How many people do you know that have their own garden? How many people do you know that build their own houses? How many people do you know? We don't have the opportunity to do that. I mean, you can, but it's harder than it looks. You can build your own house, but it's not eligible to everybody. It's not imposed on everybody. You don't really learn it from anybody unless you go to a school specialized on how to build houses. You take a course on how to build houses. That's the only way you're going to learn about building houses. But you don't have to do that. There's no reason to actually do that. If you learn exactly, we can no, we can create and eliminate. We can't create or eliminate Jupiter. Yeah, well, yeah, we could. Why not? Why can't we do that? We could send a rocket right now and destroy Jupiter. No problem. The only thing is that would be stupid because then you would unalign the solar system, which would probably cause all kinds of catastrophe on the planet. So I would not recommend it. And anyways, the universe created itself in a perfect fashion. That I will admit. The universe created itself in a very perfect fashion. Everything fits almost. Well, Earth fits with everything else, apparently. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a couple of nuclear airstrikes with a couple of nuclear bombs will do the deal, bro. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know either. Maybe we can destroy Jupiter. Maybe Jupiter is already destroyed. Who knows? Maybe there's nothing here. Maybe we're imagining space and space doesn't exist, right? Look, like I was saying, you go to school, you have to learn how to build a house, but you don't have to. If these corrupted officials didn't want to maintain control over everybody by using Christianity to make people subservient and to enter for the commonwealth and the common good of everybody and everyone, you would have learned how to build a house as soon as you would have been like old enough to build a house, which would have been around 16 or 17 years old, probably a little bit younger. Maybe, well, no, 17 years old. I think 16, 17 years old, you would have learned how to build a house in school. That would have been your school project to build yourself a house. There's no reason to pay for houses when you can just build a fucking house, right? But we're out here paying for all kinds of house. We're paying for mansion, bungalows, condominiums, condos, apartments, lofts, all kinds of shit that we can build ourselves, right? But the thing that happened is we remove the matriarch, we remove the patriarch, we remove hierarchy, right? And we replaced it with some for with this democracy, with this uh coalition type of thing going on, this commonwealth, right? That we call society, man. And we just get the leftovers. We can't learn about nothing unless we pay for it. We can't learn about nothing about unless we pay for it. And you don't even have to. All you need is in the ground. All you need is in the ground, bro. All you need is in the ground. You make yourself rocks. You can use rocks to cut things. Like everything you need is in nature. You don't have to pay for everything. But nowadays we have to pay for everything. You want to know why that is? Because keeping people in a bound with money and the government gives them control. It gives them control over us. Why are they doing this targeted individual thing? For divine reasons. They're doing this for divine reasons. And mind you, I did say I do talk about money and an aficionado of money, but listen, I do believe that trades are something that's very important because someone can build something better than somebody else. So whether you like it or not, I know as much as people hate money, at some time and point, you would have exchanged either diamonds or rupees for somebody else's house. So you can hate on money as much as you want, but the thing is, if something is nice and you want it, you're gonna find a way to get it. So that's where money comes from. And it's a very natural thing inside of yourself to have. There is absolutely nothing wrong with liking nice things. You're in your complete right to have nice things. All right. Even though people might not like having nice things or they might not respect nice things, that doesn't mean that you don't have the right to like nice things. So that's my little tidbit about money. I'm not going to say more than that. I'm not going to say more than that because I really want to say on this subject of this God thing, man. Because I'm telling you, bro, this is a brainwashing process, man. He does not, God does not exist. He does not exist without you. He cannot exist without you, man. Like, there's no way, it's not possible. He can't exist without you. You are God, bro. Like, God, a God is an idea. You are created from an idea. As soon as the atom became consciousness and asked itself, why am I here? Everything freaking exploded. So your existence was inevitable, no matter how you look at it. Your existence was inevitable. There was no going around it. There was no, it was just supposed to happen. Because even if you die right now, since energy is energy and energy can amass itself, then at some point that energy is going to create something. So darkness is energy. Nothing is energy. Anything that is energy. So if nothing is actually energy, then God came out of nothing too, right? So, being a human and detaching yourself from the nothingness, from the nothing energy, right? Some people call it dark matter, even though it's not really dark matter. Dark matter is something completely different, but whatever. If you call it from dark matter, if you think like the Big Bang energy, like you come from the Big Bang energy, which is actually nothing, it's actually negative, is antimatter is negative from matter, right? You come from antimatter because that will transmute itself. One of these days is going to transmute itself. Time and space is irrelevant to space, right? Time and space is relevant to space. Only problem is it's still just an amount of time until something happens. So before existence existed, if we're talking about time, it could have been billions of years and billions of years of nothingness, man. Like billions and billions of years, or maybe everything came into existence in a fraction of a second. Time is irrelevant to whatever is nothing. So there's no point into finding out, oh, how much time did it take for existence to exist, right? Some people will ask themselves the question, but let's face the facts here. That's a little bit too far for anybody to really know. But one thing's for sure is that we know about the atom, and the atom is in constant movement, consistent and constant movement. So all the stars that you see in the sky, all the shooting stars, the meteorites, the planets, the constellations, all that shit came from one singular atom. One, the atom. They call him Adam. He's Adam. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. Eve came from his rib. Right? How is that? What the fuck? Like, How is that possible? Where did these guys come up with that story? You know why Eve come from Adam's rib? Because the molecules, the particles got separated. So they invented a male chromosome and then it invented a female chromosome. They got separated. They're two parts of the same half. So that's why the female does not have a penis and the male has a penis. But in order to come together, the female has to have a hole, which some people call the vajayjay, right? So the vajayjay and the penis goes into the vajayjay. So now they're one again, like they used to be eons and eons of years ago, before existence ever fucking came into existence. God, Adam and Eve were gods. Adam and Eve was God. God was Adam and Eve's conscience. If they even had a conscience back in the days, to be quite honest. Maybe they didn't even have a conscience. Maybe they didn't even have a conscience. Maybe Adam and Eve didn't give a shit. They just did whatever the fuck they wanted to do whenever the fuck they wanted to do it, man. They didn't give two craps, right? They couldn't care less. So then what happened? Then a snake, a vertebrate started to walk around in the grass, right? Starting to tempt Adam and Eve and yada yada yada. I'm not even gonna get into all that because that don't make no damn sense either. How did God not know that Adam and Eve was not gonna get tempted? Of course he knew. How can he not know? If he's a real person, of course he knew. Of course he didn't know. How is he not gonna know? Of course he knows. Come on. So you're gonna tell me he let the snake do all that to Adam and Eve, and he didn't know. So he punished Adam and Eve for something that he already knew Adam and Eve was gonna do. I mean, it's your job to stop the snake from doing it. It's not Adam and Eve's job to stop the snake from doing it. You already knew he was gonna do that, so you had to stop him before he did it. It's not Adam and Eve that's in the wrong. It's your ass. You can't blame somebody for something you already knew he was gonna do. It doesn't make any damn sense. God is nuts. It's fucking crazy. Oh well, you should have listened to me, bro. You already knew I was gonna listen to him. Why are we even having this conversation? And then he sent them to Earth. He didn't send nobody to Earth. We were here the whole damn time. The Eve's garden is right here. We're walking on it. We're walking on it all willy-nilly. It's just people don't give a shit. We are God. God is us. The only thing is, the only problem is the Lucifer problem. That's where the problem comes along. That's the Lucifer problem. I don't think Lucifer is not an angel. Lucifer is a homunculi. Lucifer is a homunculi. He's half human and half angel. He's half human, half angel. He's the first homunculi ever to exist. He's half human, half angel. He was angel before. He was a man before. He was a man before. And then he got thrown out of heaven, the heaven dimension. He got kicked out of the heaven dimension. And then he became an angel. And then he became an angel. You want to know why? Because Lucifer took it upon himself to take his own power back, because that's the reason why he was arguing with God in the first place. Because he wanted he wanted to be himself. He wanted to be himself. He wanted to be himself. And then unfair treatment, you're gonna look at the humans better than me when I'm the one teaching all of these guys everything and stuff like that. I mean, guy has a little bit of an ego problem. That's normal. It's the oldest story in the book. The oldest story about ego. That's all it is. It's just a story about your ego. It's just a story about your ego. God is not real. You're not going to go to hell. You cannot go to hell. You already are in hell. If you believe in God this much, you're already in hell because you're missing out on everything the world has to offer. You're missing out on every experience that you could possibly perceive. And it's not your fault because other people are incapable of entering those kind of experiences. Other people are incapable of entering those kind of experiences. So they cannot respect the experiences. They cannot enjoy the experience for what it is, just an experiment. No, they have to get addicted. They have to have more. They have to become corrupted. They have to form little gangs and stuff like that, and take control over something that's good because they don't want to share any with anybody else all the time. A man has a kingdom, he wants a bigger kingdom, so he starts killing other people to get a bigger kingdom. He can't be happy with just the kingdom he has, or he can't come to terms with somebody else in a diplomatic way, which had happened many times in the past, but still. Come on, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping. I mean, yo. You see. I knew I was gonna get, but shout out to TL, bro, because usually I say shit like that and people just go away like super quick. I say shit like that and people just fly away. Now I mean, the TL tried at least, but I hope you get it. I hope you get it because all that's just regurgitating. TL is just regurgitating all the shit that was force fed into him for no reason. Like he's just regurgitating it. I can feel it too. Like I can see it. Like it did. Like it's just regurgitation. Like he got it down to a science, bro. He got it down to a science. It's like it's quick. It's quick. It's like you just as soon as somebody says something, you already have the answer. Like, bro, oh, but this, but that, but this, but that, bro. That right there, that's a sign of brainwashing, right then. And no offense to you, I don't want to insult you or nothing, bro. I'm being real. I'm trying to be real right now, man. That's a sign of brainwashing right there, son. You know what I mean? As soon as somebody says something, you're already regurgitating the same shit everybody else says. That's what everybody else says. Everything he just said is what everybody else says. This shit was meant to control you, and it is controlling you. It is controlling you, man. God, you can kill God if you want to. You can kill God if you want to. The only thing you have to do is stop thinking about him, and he's gone poof, like nothing ever happened. Now I mean, that's bloop, he's gone. But once you stop believing in that God, you have to believe in something, because now you have to create, because the God energy can still linger around you. Remind you, is the thought process of everybody in the world. Everybody in the world created this artificial intelligence, and this artificial intelligence is very capable of acting on its own. It has its own mind. It's not a right mind either. He's not all there, man. He doesn't have all his crews. Most of his crews are loose. Most of his crews are loose, bro. Come on, man. So if you get away, you have to replace the hole with something else. You have to fill the void with something else. So you have to create yourself. You have to create yourself. If you remove God from the equation, you still have to put something in its place because you don't know how it's like to live without God. You don't know how it's like to live without God. So you have to replace him. You have to put something else in there. How do you put something else in there? You have to believe in yourself. You have to create a new self, and you have to worship the new self that you have the same way you worship God. You got to worship your new self the same way you worship God, not with prayer, with acknowledgement. You don't need to pray to yourself, but you got to acknowledge yourself. You got to be present of yourself. You have to be like, self, I love you, self. How are you doing today? I know we didn't talk last night, but we're going to talk tonight. What you doing? What's good? Go play video games with yourself. Go play video games with yourself. Go play sports with yourself. Go watch a movie with yourself. And you can create whatever you want yourself. You can be a vampire hunter if you want. Maybe you're I don't know. I don't know, but if you want, I don't know, people are crazy. People think about weird shit. I don't even know why I thought about that myself. You could be a vampire hunter. Your God self could be a vampire hunter, but you have to believe in him. And whatever attributes that your vampire hunter self has, well, you're gonna have it too on a small scale. But other people are gonna see it. Other people are gonna see you, man. They're gonna see you like to see God, man. They can be like, "Oh man, here comes the vampire hunter." You're gonna hear people in the street say that, man. You're a vampire hunter, man. People do that shit all the time. I don't know how they do that shit. They just do. Like they just see it for some fucking reason. But you can do it too. Everybody does it. You can see people. I can see people. I do it too. Anyways, man, I could keep going, but I guess y'all tired. I guess you're tired, man. Uh, but hey, man, let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, bro. Hold up. I'm gonna take a short break here. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Of course I sinned, but I enjoyed my sins, bro. I enjoy every one of my sins. Did I enjoy I didn't enjoy hurting people. I didn't enjoy hurting people though. I'm gonna give you that. But I enjoy my sins. I know how to enjoy my sins. I'm pretty I got it I got it down to a science, you know. I got it down to a science, man. I got it down to a science. I believe that shit, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. That shit was great. That shit was great. Thank you for the trolls at the beginning. No, no, thank you. You know, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you from doing that again. But I don't have a moderator. I would need a moderator to do that. So I'm gonna need a moderator to do that next time I do it. You know. Anyway, um, yeah, man. So me, I'm a man, right? I'm a God made flesh. I'm a human. I'm a God made flesh, bro. And the idea, gods are ideas. Energy is idea. And energy become realization, becomes manifest, become creation and reality is an idea. It's a thought. Thought is faster than light. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they say. They say thought is actually faster than light, right? So every human comes from the bare bone idea of a specific aspect of life. They say you're born on, I don't know, in July. You're born in July. Um, Lion, your astrological sign is lion. Lion. Who are the lion gods? Just one. Helios, right? Helios, lion, the sun, July, right? Jupiter. So you are an amalgam of all of these constellations and all of these part of my language, pardon the pun, but you're the amalgam amalgam of all the constellation and the numerology, the energetic magnitude of being born on that date, which corresponds to also the past, the future, and the present because of people's consciousness. So, somebody that is completely himself is not only a child of Helios and the representation of the constellation of the lion, but also is connected directly to everything that has to do with his date of birth from the past, the present, and the future. So you inherently, as a normal human, already supposed to have insight into seeing things that happened in the past as past lives of a lot of people or just yourself, and see what's gonna happen in the future because of global consciousness, because in the future there will be many 20th of July, right? Or 15th of July, right? So there's many more 15th of July to go, right? So technically, a strong-willed individual, a strong-willed spiritual being could have access and knowledge to the entirety of his inner self, the entirety of it. Deja vus, right? We all had that. Um, Hearing a song that thing that happened in the past, but it's about the past and the present. That's about the past and the present. The deja vu. Sometimes we hear a song and we could have swore that we heard that song before, or we were singing the song before the song came out, and then the song came out. Things like that, right? Little benign things that people are capable of doing, but actually capable of practicing into a point of absolution, bro. And you can't do all that when you're being nagged all day by this whatever this thing is. But whatever this thing is, like I said, doesn't care about that shit. All it wants you to do is be a slave. All it wants you to do is be a slave. You can be your own God. You have enough knowledge and power to be your own God, bro. You have enough knowledge and power to be your own God. All you have to do is unlock it. And the only way to unlock it is by stop believing in God. That's all you have to do. You have to stop believing in God and you will access everything that is you. better than a fucking video game. It's like I told you before, you guys are worried because you're not spiritual. You guys are worried about, talking about POTUS and whatnot and shit like that, bro. You still stuck in some political level shit, bro. I just told you I got political people too. I ain't afraid, man. I'm not afraid. I got politicians. I have UFC fighters, politicians. Uh, 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 what else I have, man? I have a bunch of things. I have a bunch of people. I have a bunch of people everywhere. You're not afraid. Once you come into the fold, you know and you understand, and you just you know and you understand, and you become part of the conversation. You become part of the solution instead of part of the problem, because people that are unconscious of their spiritual self and how connected they are to each other are part of the problem. People that are not aware of their connection with each other are part of the problem, bro. And a lot of people wants to assume that they're connected to people, but they didn't do the work. They didn't do the work to be connected to people. They didn't do the work to be connected to people because the only thing they know is politics. Politicians don't just know politics. Politics is nothing. Politics is a lie. If politics is a lie, ask yourself this question. If politics is a lie, then what the fuck is true? Wait, what? Wait a minute. I think he's right. That makes sense. Hold up. Wait a minute. If politics is false, if you already know that politics is false, if you already know that politicians are lying, then what are they lying about? What are politicians lying about? If politics is not real, then what's really going on? Who's controlling what? What's going on here? You see, you're lost because you think all that shit is real. You think because you believe in God. You're sitting here believing in God and you think it's real. It's not real, bro. You're the one creating these things. We are co-actively creating this universe. Sometimes we all agree on the same thing and that shit happens. And sometimes we don't. So the shit doesn't happen. We are all creating the universe as we go along. Ain't no politician doing shit. That's why we have politics. That's why we have politicians. Because we gotta have people maintaining the level of BS that they're spewing at us. Because mind you not, there are more corrupted people than there are people that are not correct, that are not um, corrupted. So we just have to be there. We have to be there. We have to be present. The more people that are present, the more chance you have of succeeding. You believe in the end of the world. I don't believe in the end of the world. I think that's nonsense. If you want the end, a lot of people want to believe in the end of the world because they're tired of living, because they don't have access to all these spiritual teachings, because they don't feel like doing the research. They don't feel like experimenting. They don't feel like doing all that. It's too much work. So they don't care. So they'll just let the planet burn if it has to. They don't give a shit. They'll just let the planet burn. Who cares? I don't need to do any effort. I'll just let it burn. I mean, it's not that they don't know, it's just they don't care. It's not that they don't know, they just don't care, man. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So what's really going on? Let me repeat it again. If you know, sorry, if you know that politicians are lying, then what the fuck are they talking about? Right? Like what's going on? Right? So the thing you don't understand is people like me, are actually way more important than people let you know. Way more important. Like hundreds and thousand folds way more important. Like level in extinction level event important. Because politics don't control shit. They don't do nothing. It's bullshit. It's a lie. They're just here to pick up money. They just pick up a check and then they go home. They don't control life. They don't really control life. They do corrupt people because they know that nobody has any idea about how much control they have over their own life. So if you don't have control over your own life, I'm gonna make you pay me in order to make to I'm gonna make you pay me to tell you how to live your life. What? You're gonna whoa, wait a minute. You're gonna tax me. You're gonna give me a tax for you. I'm gonna pay you a tax, and you're gonna tell me how to live. And you're gonna come on. What? That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you why don't you build good schools or give bigger raises to teachers so they'll stay at the school instead of skipping school every day? Or why don't you change your curriculum into something more useful? Because I don't care about you, man. I only care about the freaking money. I don't care about you. I don't care about your fucking kids. I don't give a shit about your kids. That's your fucking problem. I'm just here to collect a check. You dumbass. You don't want to learn how to fucking, you don't want to be spiritual. I'm a spiritual person. I'm just not gonna tell you. I'm a fucking angel, bro. I got special powers. How do you think I got all this fucking money? You think it's by working? No. I'm a fucking magician. You just think that I'm human because I wear normal clothes. I wear a three-piece suit, and you think I'm not a witch. I'm a fucking witch. I'm an original witch. I'm a zealot. And you're giving me your fucking money because you don't want to know shit. And that's your damn problem. I don't care. They don't have the government doesn't control. Government knows who runs shit for real. They know who runs shit for real. They know who runs shit for real, bro. They know. They know very well who runs shit for real. And that's why we have to battle it out. We have to battle it out. But the thing is, there's so much people that are ignorant to this shit and that don't want to learn this shit. They don't want to learn this shit. They're making the battle harder. They're saying that they want to help, but they're not ready for this. They're not ready for this, man. How many times on my channel did I say that you're connected? We are connected. You're connected to all these people. How many times on my channel did I say, yo, we have sports people? That it doesn't even reassure you. That shit should reassure you, bro. You should be reassured. You're like, what? We got sports celebrities? What? We got movie celebrities? What? We got politicians? What? I didn't know that. That doesn't even reassure you. Like you think you're battling this battle by yourself. Nah, man. If shit is you see, like right now you're like depressed and shit because this shit look bad with all the fucking thing going on. It is. But tell yourself this, it could be worse. It could be worse because these people are fucking insane. I mean, it's true. They might be testing these guys. They're testing everybody, and they don't care what kind of test they pull. They're fucking nuts. All right. So if we just don't care, if there's no people like me, or we just don't care about what's going on, it could be way worse than this. It could be way worse, way fucking worse. But there's two, three people like me. There's two, three people like me, and there's not enough. There's not enough people, man. Just the fact that I said that you have a bunch of people all in around the community should reassure you. And that should make you even come into the fold. If you're a real targeted individual, you should want to come into the fold because of that shit. Because you didn't know that you had people everywhere. You didn't know you have a gang. You didn't know that you was a gang, right? You didn't know that you was a gang. And that's bad, bro. So you're walking up in here, walking everywhere, and you don't understand why, they can't do shit to you. You don't understand why they don't touch you. There's a reason why, man. You're not by yourself. You're not by yourself. When you're walking, you're by yourself. When you're walking, you're by yourself. True. When shit happens, when shit go down, you might be by yourself. True. But if you make it out of those situations, it's because you're spiritual and also because a lot of people got your back, right? A lot of people got your back, man. A lot of people got my back, bro. I'm everywhere. Like I told you, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm in the music industry. I am everywhere. I'm in the music industry. I'm in everything. Sports, whatever you want to say, whatever you call it, whatever. All I have to do is, have a conversation and shit. I make shit change just by having a conversation. I make shit change just by having a conversation because everybody is listening. We're all connected. So if I have an idea, they're gonna have an idea too. They're gonna have the same idea. Great minds think alike. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll see you guys later. My name is Seth, and I'll do this again, man. I didn't think I was gonna have that many people on the live chat. I'm not gonna lie. And thanks for the support, man. I don't know what the hell was going on with all them trolls though, but this was cool. I liked it. I liked it, and I want to keep going with this God thing. I want to remove this chip that they implanted in your head, bro. I'm gonna remove that chip that they implanted in your head. So come by for a second surgery. The second surgery, I'll get it. We'll remove the. Well, it might take a couple of surgeries actually before we completely remove the chip out of your system. But we're gonna try. It's gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. So have a good one. Peace out.